Tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why. My ex, her lawyer, dropped the case. Whoa! Tell me why he removed himself from the case. They were looking at going to trial, having a full-blown hearing, doing all the things. Now, all of a sudden, he's no longer on the case. Why is he no longer on the case? I think we know why. My ex just filed bankruptcy. And within the bankruptcy, if you owe an attorney money, you know, basically, depending on whether it's a Chapter 7 or Chapter 13, which I believe she filed Chapter 7 but converted to a Chapter 13 to save her crib, she basically is trying to wash all the debt off the plate, which means my man's not going to get paid, which means he like, let me cut my losses now and remove myself from the case. So we got an email abruptly, like randomly at the beginning of the month. My attorney at that time, and I'm gonna fill you guys in on that too. My attorney at that time received an email, you know, from her attorney says, hey, I'm no longer on the case. Here's the SOA, which is the, you know, substitution of attorney. She's going pro se, you know, so there ain't no new attorney coming in. She's going to self-represent pro se. Okay. All right. Cool. I ended up firing my attorney that same week because remember my last video, I was like, I don't know if I should fire her, I should keep her. I don't know. Well, I ended up letting her go and getting that pit bull. We ended up, you know, and she basically, it was like a job interview to get with her. So, and that's another thing we got to talk about too real quick. Yeah, bruh. So I fired my attorney. I got the new one, and it has been a complete 180 about everything that's going on right now since they've taken over. So let me say this. Before I even like let go of my attorney, I did the consultation with the pit bull, and you know, she was very, very direct, very upfront about everything, and just asked me flat out, what do you want, like, as far as the outcome? Like, yeah, we know that you guys are going back and forth, this, that, and the other, and it's a custody issue and all of that, but what is it that you want at the end of the day, you know? And I told her straight up, you know, hey, it's not about me and my wants. It's about, you know, the best situation for my kids. And honestly, 100% based on what I know and everything that's been going on, like this last year, the best situation is for my kids to be with me and not with their mother. You know, like, I mean, there's so many reasons why, you know, and I just broke down like a high level. And then also, you know, she also level set the expectation for me too. It's like, look, you know, this is not a slam dunk. This is going to be a battle, and it's not going to be, you know, the little money you threw me up top. And I'm like, yeah, I'm aware of that too. You know, so I know that she's a little bit more expensive and she come with a lot, but I mean, it's different now. It's different. And now I know that I'm getting what I pay for. You know, like I saved a little bit of cash from my last attorney. I think she was only like $4.50 an hour. And yeah, we did a whole year. We did a whole year. And what transpired in that whole year of in and out of court filings, me writing declarations and doing all this shit. You know what we got out of that? Nothing, bro. Absolutely nothing. I mean, nothing has changed. If anything, I see my kids less, you know. But yeah, so I got a new attorney. She's got no attorney. She's representing herself. She is now been made aware of my new attorneys. And now she's been emailing them every day, trying to drum up a bunch of fees, you know, to try to get them off the case, because she knows they're expensive and she knows how this legal stuff works and they're on the clock and all the things. So she's trying to email them with rants and drama every single day, you know, trying to drum up all these fees, and they're aware of it. And they're like, nah, we dealt with her type before, you know? And so they even did their background check. They was even asking the question of like, hey, you know, there was a couple documents on here that stated that she claims that she was a state attorney. Is that true? You know, because they was like, we looked her up on the bar. We couldn't find her name in the California State Bar. Is she really an attorney? And I had to tell him, you know, like, look, nah, man, she masquerades as an attorney. But the reality is she never passed her bar. She's a paralegal specialist, you know what I'm saying? And she masquerades as if she's like first chair. So just be aware of that. Just be cognizant of the fact that you're dealing with someone who likes to masquerade as things that's not necessarily true. So we're dealing with that angle of it. They're also dealing with her daily harassment emails, this, that, and the other. And so the next play is straightforward. In order for this to happen, we want to have a hearing. However, before that hearing, we need a custody evaluator to come in and really interview the kids, interview me, interview her, really do a deep dive and really get to diving in on all aspects of who's doing what. Because none of this has ever been presented in front of a judge, nor do you have the time to present all this craziness in front of a judge when you're having a hearing. A hearing is maximum 2 days. You can do 2 days in trial, and they'll rule based on that. But you got to understand something. They're not going to look at everything. So my last attorney was trying to do an MSC, which is a mandatory settlement conference, and trying to file all of that and then submit it like 170 pages. Well, even my new legal team came back and said, you do realize that no judge is going to go through all 170 pages, and it's not really going to be anything of value because there's so much to throw. They're just going to try to get to the to the thick of it and get to the bottom line, which may not work in your favor because there's so many intricacies within this case to where we have to identify those aha moments. So I'm gonna let them do their thing, man. I mean, this is my 4th legal counsel I've had since divorce kicked off. The first ones, they were expensive but horrible. My second one, she sucked. I mean, she was okay, but she sucked. But she was a staple in Orange County, so I rocked out with her, and she got the divorce done. But we got to fix a bunch of that stuff too, because knowing what I know now, I got railroaded on a lot of stuff there, which needs to be fixed. And then my third one, the one I just had that I just fired, she was decent. But again, she wasn't really based out of Orange County like that. She didn't really have all the relationships. She didn't really know the flow. She didn't really have all the tools that were necessary in order to really deal with someone that we're dealing with. Because I'm not just dealing with like some random baby mama, ex-wife, whatever, that just hires their own attorney, does their own thing. No, this woman has a law degree. She's around legal minds all day long, and they're all obviously spitballing, brainstorming, and doing all of that all the time. So I finally got a team in place that I feel confident with that can really get this done, man. And I ain't gonna lie, this is the first time I've seen her shaking in her boots, man. Like, this is the first time I've seen her sweat. Like, I've never seen her rant and rave as much as I see right now, man. Like, just threatening my attorney team to get the FBI involved, talking about he's under investigation, so now we're going to put you guys under investigation because you're harassing me, because I work for the state. Like, what? Okay. Well, they get to see all of this stuff firsthand too. So this is extremely interesting across the board for everyone involved, all parties. So I think we got to sit down and do a quick breakdown like later on, whenever we get a chance. I'm thinking either tonight or tomorrow night. I'm probably gonna jump on the regular setup and then just do a whole breakdown and pull up the receipts and show you guys what's been going on, and then have a deep level discussion about how important it is to have the right representation. Because one thing I'm noticing right now is this: we haven't even done anything. Like, we filed an ex-parte today to do a couple of things, to get that custody evaluation going and to move that date out for the trial. And so, but one thing I've noticed is that your legal counsel is critical. You know what I'm saying? Like, they will make or break it. They are literally your only public facing view and representation for a legal matter. And what that means is like how they go about doing things, how they present themselves, how they, give you a game plan as far as the process, their playbooks, what they've seen in their prior experience, and being realistic about expectations, and then cost. All of this stuff matters, so I think we need to have a deep level discussion about that too, because I think we as fellas don't really factor in all things cost when we deal with stuff like this. So I'm gonna get with you guys in a minute. I thought I'd just give you a quick update, but yeah, man, like, comment, hit all the buttons below. It's about to be dark in here right now. But yeah, hit all the buttons, do your thing, and we'll catch up in a little bit. I think we'll have to do a breakdown about what's going on. Y'all take it easy.